As the day winds down, have you noticed how evenings start to feel different? It's usually a smooth change, like shifting from a busy morning to something calmer than before. You might have a totally normal day, went shopping, did some stuff around the house, read a book. But when you finally chill in the evening, there's this stillness. Some folks say it feels thick, like the air is heavy, and just sitting there feels like work. It's like being tired has changed. Before, being tired just meant you needed fuel, like after a run or finishing a big project. It was clear, usually fixed by sleep. But now, tiredness can feel like a slow wave. It may not be the kind of tired that makes you pass out, but more like a quiet weight in your arms and legs. You might sit in your chair, look at the lamp, and think that even making tea sounds like too much effort. We usually ignore this because it is not really worn out. We think we haven't done enough to feel this way. If you haven't done hard work, you might feel guilty, like the tiredness is not earned, or you are just unmotivated. Since there's no big reason for it, we don't talk about it. We think it's just us, or a bad day. It feels too small to mention, so we keep it quiet, maybe call it boredom. But it helps to name this feeling in your evenings. It's not always about what you did, it's how you handle the day. That heavy feeling might not be low energy, but just a new way of getting ready to rest. It's like things are settling down. When we see that evenings feel different, we stop fighting it. We stop comparing today to 20 years ago. This change in how tiredness feels is something you can see without figuring it out. Maybe your body is telling you to slow way down. Or maybe it's just how time feels now. You don't have to know why evenings feel heavier. Just notice it. A quiet nod to where you are in life right now. It may help you understand your pace, or it may fade away. It is just something to think about, a way to see the day as it is, without needing more. Okay, so as the day gets later, have you noticed how your energy kind of just stops? Like you're doing something normal, folding clothes, cleaning, whatever, and you're almost done. Just 5 or 10 minutes left. But then, bam, you're just over it. It's not that you're super tired or bored, it's more like your inner battery is tapped out and you just can't make yourself finish that last little bit. Before, we'd push through stuff like that. We felt like we had to, or it was just easier to get it done. But now, it's like a switch flips. 1 second you're good, the next you just need to stop, right then and there. It's not some dramatic collapse, it's just your body putting its foot down. We usually think it means we're losing willpower, so we don't talk about it. We get annoyed with ourselves, wondering why we can't just power through like we used to. We call ourselves lazy or say we're distracted, and we hide those unfinished things, leaving a couple of dishes in the sink or not finishing a book. We keep quiet because we figure we should be productive all day long. But maybe it's not about being weak. Maybe our bodies are just getting better at telling us when we're done. It's not about doing extra, it's about saving what we need. When we feel that sudden stop, it's like hearing what our body is saying. If you accept this battery thing, you can quit seeing your day as a race. You can start seeing those stopping points as normal, not like you failed. It just means you're understanding your own limits better. No need to decide if you should change it or just roll with it. It's just a thing. Maybe it'll help you feel better about leaving something half done, or maybe you'll forget about it. Just something to remember. Your energy has a mind of its own, and sometimes it says, "That's it." Ever feel like your battery's running low? Sometimes the world around us, especially people, just needs a bit more from us than it used to. You might notice that hanging out with others, even if you love it, can leave you feeling drained. You could have a great afternoon with friends or a nice chat with your grandkids, full of laughs and good times. But then, the moment everyone leaves or you hang up the phone, it can hit you. It's not that you don't care, but you just need some peace and quiet. It's like all those voices left a buzz in your ears, and you need time to let it fade away. It's as if social situations are turned up too loud, even when things are calm. Being with people might have been energizing before, but now, listening and being present can feel like hard work. It's like your social antenna is picking up everything, every little detail. When it's over, you're not just tired physically, it's like your senses are overloaded. You just need the world to quiet down so you can find your center again. We don't talk about this much because it feels wrong to say that being with loved ones can be tiring. You might fear that if you say you need some quiet time after a family dinner, people will think that you don't care or that you're becoming difficult. You might think of yourself as grumpy or antisocial and feel like you have to pretend to be engaged. You might worry that wanting some space means something is wrong, instead of just a change in how you deal with things. But it's okay to see it differently. It's not about the people themselves, but about the energy it takes to connect with them. Feeling socially tired might just mean you're more aware of your own limits. You notice what's going on, and your body just needs to recharge after being out and about. This can change how you plan things, so you don't feel like you have to do everything without thinking. Whether you decide to spend less time with people or just notice how you feel, it's up to you. There's no single way to balance being social and being alone. And what feels right today might not tomorrow. It's just something to be aware of. It helps you get why the house feels so nice and quiet after everyone leaves, and why that silence is exactly what you needed. You can remember this as you go through your week. It's just a little bit of self-knowledge that can help you feel more at peace. Ever notice how, even after some quiet time after hanging out with folks, you still feel wiped out in a way that's hard to explain? It's like a tiredness that doesn't come from what we're physically doing, but from all the stuff churning in our minds. You could wake up totally rested, but still feel like the day's already wearing you down, even if you don't have much planned. Some say it's like a second layer of tiredness, a low, constant buzz in the background that saps our energy without us realizing it. It's not the same as being tired from a busy day. It's more like the energy a house uses just to keep warm in winter. This feeling often comes from the mental work of dealing with everyday life. We're always sorting through a stream of little worries, checking on family, keeping up with things at home, or just taking in all the noise from the news. Before, these things might have felt like small stuff we could easily ignore. Now, it feels like each of these things has gained extra weight. We aren't necessarily doing more things, but staying balanced and keeping things in order seems to take continuous effort. It's like walking against a slight wind. You might not even notice it until you stop and feel the relief. We don't usually talk about this second layer because it's hard to put our finger on. If someone asks why we're tired, we feel like we need a real reason: a long walk, a project we finished, or not enough sleep. If the reason is just the build-up of being aware and involved in life, we tend to brush it off. We might think we're being too sensitive, or that we shouldn't feel this way because our lives are pretty stable. Because this tiredness doesn't have an obvious cause, we often guess it isn't real, or we just say we're feeling unmotivated. But acknowledging this background noise can be helpful. It lets us see that our energy goes into more than just our actions. It also goes into just being present. We're using our resources to stay steady in a world that can feel loud and unpredictable. It's not always that simple, but knowing about this second layer helps us understand why a day of doing nothing can feel as tiring as a busy day. It's the work of staying centered, and that work takes its toll. Whether you feel this second layer of tiredness all the time or just sometimes, it's not something you need to fix. It's just a thought about how we deal with the atmosphere of our lives. You might find that just naming this feeling makes it feel lighter, like you don't have to wonder why you're feeling tired for no clear reason. Or maybe you don't need to name it at all. It's just part of the scenery, a quiet thought that your energy is tied to everything you care about, even the things in the back of your mind. It's something to keep in mind, a small part of the big picture of how you go through your days. When you put together different stuff that happens, like feeling tired at night, your phone dying, hanging out with folks, and those quiet moments alone, you might see they're all changing how we live day to day. It's like the words we had for being tired don't really fit anymore. Back then, being tired just meant you needed to stop. But now it feels like you're constantly talking with what's around you. A lot of people realize that if they quit trying to fix these feelings like they're problems, they get to know themselves a whole lot better. Some people say it's like caring more about how things are than how much there is. It's not that you have less energy, but you're being more careful with what you've got. You start to see what things cost you, not just stuff, but a loud room, feeling something big, or thinking too much. It's like your body is more sensitive now, noticing little things instead of just the loud stuff. It can be hard to get used to, especially if you remember when you just went through life without thinking. But there's something nice about being more careful. Realizing that being tired feels different now is like respecting how you're living your life. It's saying that your tiredness isn't a bad thing, it's just what you're going through. When you can say what that heavy feeling at night is, or that full feeling after talking to someone, it's not as confusing or scary anymore. You're not lost, you're just seeing what's going on. It helps you accept the day for what it is, without always wishing it was like it used to be. This doesn't mean everything's figured out now. How you feel will keep changing, sometimes when you expect it, and sometimes out of the blue. There's no perfect place where you know exactly why you're tired all the time. But paying attention, being kind to yourself about what you can and can't do. That's something that sticks with you. It helps you get through the week with a bit more ease and be less hard on yourself. Whether you keep thinking about this stuff or just forget about it doesn't matter. Maybe in a few weeks or months, something here will pop back into your head when you're chilling in your chair. Or maybe you won't need to think about it at all. It's just another way to see things. Some simple words for how you feel. Just a little something to think about. A bit of awareness that you can take with you or leave behind as you go about your day.